Top of the morning to ya. We are here. We are doing a check-in on our low buy, no buy year. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Not going how I thought it would. Good morning. Well, it's good morning for me. I don't know what time it is for you. Guten Tag, hello, ciao, buonasera. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Do you like my mic holder? It's a letter opener that I made with my 3D printer. You know, for the 3 weeks I owned a 3D printer before I lost my mind and threw it out. No, I didn't throw it out. I sold it. All right, if you're brand new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabby. I do a lot of content on frugality, simple living, budgeting, all of that jazz. At the end of last year, so that would be 2025, before we started 2026, my husband Mike and I sat down and did a video on low spend, no spend for 2026. And I don't know, I paused at 2026 like that. I will link it up here, up there, wherever the heck it is. I never know with this camera. If you want to go back and watch that first, you can. But what I'm going to do is I have my iPad open here with the list. And I'm gonna go through with you and tell you, how we are doing so far this year with this list. Let's see how far off the track we have gone. We had 3 categories. We had no spending, we had limit or special rule, and we had replace only when empty. Okay, so for our no spend list, my first item was no new clothes, especially jackets, sweaters, t-shirts. This one I've been doing pretty well with. Personally, I think I might have bought like 3 or 4 shirts. Funny enough, I remember buying some shirts off Amazon and then returning them. I did leave my corporate job. Usually I would use that job as an excuse to buy like nice business clothing. I was traveling every other week. People did not know my wardrobe. Like I could have worn the same shirt in California as I was wearing in Utah or Washington and they wouldn't have known the difference. But I always felt like I needed to have like the new next best thing. So this rule was really set for me, which is, I'm going to caveat that because Mike, we never buy him clothes. And we definitely have bought him some clothing. We bought some new shirts for work, new pants for work, but he does not have much of a wardrobe. So I would say we're doing pretty well in this category when it comes to me. And if you go back and watch the original video, a lot of the topics were like, Mike was like, yeah, this is you, this is you, this is you. Because yes, I am the problem. I'm going to put that in a post-it note on the mirror in my bathroom to remind me. Next one, no dryer sheets or fabric softeners. Yeah, this one was really easy because we have cotton dryer balls that we use. And honestly, I only buy those add-in freshen, like scent boosters. You know, if I'm walking through the grocery store and I see them, it's more of an item that I can't control my spending, right? So that was why I put it on there because I'm the type of person like, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that smells good. And just throw it in my cart when it's not on the list and I don't really need it. Okay, no decor items, holiday or general. I will say overall, I think we've done a fantastic job with this. I have not been buying any decor items. I've actually been selling a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, so our walls are getting, I wouldn't say empty, like you can see I have stuff all over the walls, but I'm just learning to decorate with what we have. What I used to do is like seasonally go shopping at TJ Maxx or Marshall's or any place like that, and I will buy whatever I find. You know, holiday stuff, general decor, and then my house just gets really cluttered and dusty and it's hard for me to keep up with the cleaning. Next one is hair accessories. I have plenty of hair accessories. As you can see, I have a clip in my hair right now. It's finally getting long enough that I can, do more with it. I already owned a ton of hair accessories, so I knew that this would be a category that would be easy to not spend in because I don't need anything more. I have plenty. The only thing that I probably have to buy for Mike is his hair. He rocks almost like a Viking style cut where it's short on the sides and it's a little bit longer going like slick back. And sometimes he has to put a little tiny ponytail back there if the hair gets long enough. And so it's definitely reaching that point where he was like, can you get me some of those tiny little hair bands, like the black ones you can buy 50 pack for like $5, so that he can put his hair back. Because that's the only type I do not have. I use scrunchies, I use big bandanas and headbands and things because I'm trying to protect my curls. Those little tiny black ones, they don't do well for my hair and they tend to like rip, not chunks, but rip my hair out. So that one we're doing pretty good. Okay, this is the one, I'm sorry, I messed up, Amazon, okay? I definitely just went back to using Amazon. Now, I did close my Amazon credit card. I am very proud to announce that that credit card is gone. Boom, done. Cannot, will not owe any more to Amazon. Well, it's technically a Chase card, but no more. I have a balance on my gift card with Amazon right now because I did some returns and I decided not to immediately try to spend it on something else, right? So this kind of goes neck and neck with like everything we're talking about here is my urge to spend. It's controlling my urge to spend and to seek an outside solution to an inside issue. I guess we're going deep right now. I have been working for a long time on my spiritual walk and understanding the hole in my soul that's meant to be filled by God and how we as human beings tend to try to seek that pleasure elsewhere, outside. And it used to be alcohol for me. Then it was, right, then I quit drinking. It was spending money. It was idolizing money. So when I left my corporate job a couple months ago, God's been working a lot in my life with it. Definitely in a much better place as I'm reading this. So while I did spend money on Amazon, it was mainly for things I needed around the house. Like most of this stuff is actually what I need. And it's just, I found a better option online, or it was easier to just go on Amazon and buy it than to go shopping at multiple stores. Quite honestly, I probably in the original video at the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, I guess, I probably said something along the lines of, I want to go shopping and take the time to look for the right item. But sometimes I want to avoid being in the stores so that I don't overspend. So it's better to just go on Amazon and get exactly what I'm looking for and have it shipped and be done with it, right? Or Facebook Marketplace for certain items if I can get them secondhand. Okay, next one is no new books or DVDs. Definitely did fine with the DVDs. Actually, I have all of my DVDs in 2 bags right now upstairs in the attic. We are probably selling them as a bundle to somebody because we don't use or need DVDs anymore. We have a PS5. It's my husband's PS5. That's the only device we could use to watch DVDs. At some point on Facebook, I purchased a used DVD player, and I was really disappointed because it didn't work. I drove like 30 minutes to pick this thing up. I think I bought it for like $10-15, and I got home and put in the first DVD. It did not work. I was like, maybe it's the DVD because it was Bend It Like Beckham. If you know, you know, classic movie, like one of the OG movies I used to watch as a kid on DVD player. So I took that out and put another DVD in thinking like maybe it's the DVD. No, it was the DVD player, and I was kind of disappointed about it. Books, I think I've done pretty well on physical books. I've also been trying to pare down my collection. I've been selling them on Facebook secondhand for a couple bucks each. Some people have been picking them up from me. I was planning on donating some to the local library. As I read them, I'm probably going to donate them because I do not need the quote trophies. I don't think I've purchased many books on my Kindle either, which has been good. Maybe 1 or 2. And I'm pretty sure the one that I bought, I was so disappointed in. So what I have been doing instead, and highly recommend if you've never tried this before, is Libby. So you can go to your local library, ask if they use Libby for digital downloads. And basically what it is I'm listening to Allie Hazelwood Bride right now, which was not on my book list, by the way. I still have like 25 books on my shelves to read. But a friend of mine recommended it, and so I was able to borrow the audio copy and the Kindle digital copy from my local library and then download it to my Kindle and my phone and be able to read it at night and then listen to it during the day. So overall, I think books and DVDs, pretty good on that category. Pillows and bed sheets. Yeah, I haven't purchased any pillows or bed sheets. We definitely had plenty of those. Okay, and the last one for the no spending category is purchasing something from a commercial advertisement. This one's been a lot easier because about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I deleted Instagram and TikTok from my phone. I didn't delete my accounts. They're still there. But if you look, I haven't posted since like early June. And we're now going into the second week of August. And that is because I know how easy it is for them to market to us when we hang out on social media, right? And they track everything, right? It says ask app not to track, only track essential, whatever. And I try to always hit ask app not to track, but they'll figure it out, right? Like I was shopping for the baby shower, for my friend's baby shower, shopping like binkies and something else she had on the registry. And then all of a sudden I'm getting like baby advertisements for other things and diapers on different forms of social media and different places, right? Even like my TV for HBO, which is weird because that's connected to my dad's account. So how the heck? I don't know. It's wild. I just know how susceptible I am to advertisements, and so that's why I had put this on the list, and I think we've done a top-notch job with this. And she'll be just tickety-boo. Yeah, name that movie. All right, limit or special rule. So this is the second category, and this was like, oh, here's the thing I'm going to limit my spending, or here's the special rule. First one was fast food. I wrote only business trips. So, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, all that good stuff, KFC, Taco Bell, whatever. Anything you can pull up, drive through, order, pick it up, take it home, or just eat it in the car like an animal. I do eat it in the car like an animal. I'm sorry, that came out like very judgy. I will go through Wendy's, get it, pull into a spot, eat it in the car in the spot. Like, I'm that lazy that I'm not like walking in the restaurant to order the food and sit down. The special rule was only on business trips. The reason for this is because when I was traveling every other week, sometimes that was it. I just didn't want to have to think about food, or I was just really craving some Wendy's French fries, and I said, that's it, I'm going for this. Now that I'm not working in corporate, oh, sorry, Loki decided to tap the camera with his toes. I'm not really purchasing it now. I work 5 minutes from my house. Everything is super close. I did get a Smoothie King smoothie the other day just because I didn't pack lunch for myself. And I think that's the first time I've gone through a drive-thru and gotten food in months. Case in point, I think we're doing pretty good on this one. Okay, online shopping. So the idea with this one was online shopping, I have to do a 48-hour cart hold. Meaning, if I choose to buy something online, I need to put it in the cart for 48 hours and then purchase it after that. We have failed at this one. 100%, I'm going to be honest, we have failed at this one. Because when I needed something, if I knew what I needed, I would just put it in the cart and purchase it. Okay, wait. So we kind of half failed. Because when it came to Amazon, if it was something I knew I needed, like reusable K-cups for our Keurig machine, that one I would just purchase it without waiting. But I have a handful of times gone to Old Navy website or Kohl's website and like browsed and put some stuff in the cart and then completely forgot about it and never purchased it. So I would say maybe we're 50-50 on this one. Okay, next one that I totally blew, and it costed me a couple $100, as I mentioned earlier, is no new hobby purchases. I put no new hobbies, limit it to sewing, because I have a sewing machine, and at the beginning of the year I was working on getting better at sewing. Well, I got impatient with sewing, ended up leaving my job, trying to figure out what I was going to do next, and had this brilliant idea of like, I'll buy a 3D printer and I'll make 3D prints and I'll sell them at the market. It can't be that hard. Wrong. Again, I will create a video all about 3D printing and my experience with it. I did make some fun items. We've got this. We've got a little Gandalf statue somewhere. I have like a business card holder. I have a crock for my utensils in the kitchen. I mean, I did make a handful of cool things. I even made a sword holder. So Mike, for his birthday, I think it was, I bought him like this knockoff Lego set that he could build the sword from Lord of the Rings. And then I was able to 3D print a holder, a mount for the wall, for that to go on display, basically. Got some good things out of it, but spent quite a bit of money, and eventually the printer had some issues, and I am not technically savvy, and I'm not going to dive into it. I'll do another video on that, because this will take forever if I do. I'm already at 27 minutes. How is that possible? It's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. Nespresso pods. Okay, limit or special rule Nespresso pods. I'm assuming this was like a monthly subscription. That's what we had at the beginning of the year. We were doing like 3 or 4 boxes of pods per month. And then if we finished them, we just had to wait till the next month came in. I put the Nespresso machine upstairs in the attic. I was like, we're getting rid of this. Once the pods ran out after I left my job, they're very expensive. And I'm sorry, I'm making 1/3 of what I was making before. So we can't afford them. Like, they are a luxury that we cannot afford. So, and right now I'm cutting back on my caffeine anyway. So we boxed it up. We put it up in the attic. And I have a regular coffee pot that I bought. I think I did a short on the fact that I found this new coffee machine because Mike accidentally broke the coffee pot, our like regular one, drip. And so I looked for one that was both a drip and the K-cup option, or different, it's flex brew, but it's the same thing. I went to BJ's and it was $95 for the new machine. And I sent him a picture, like, what do you think? I'm not buying this today, but do you think this one works for us? And he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I was like, let me check Facebook. I found the exact machine for $35. I was very, very happy with it. I did buy reusable cups for it because it didn't come with the cup from Amazon, and it was the wrong cup, and I had to send them back. So I'm still working on the flex brew side of things, but it makes a fine cup of coffee, and it works, and I'm happy with it. And eventually the Nespresso will make an appearance, I don't know, when money starts rolling in on this channel. Who knows? Finally, credit card spending. It was on my special rule list because I put it only for business trips. Here's the thing. I had a credit card that I now have closed that was used exclusively for work expenses. So that's what this was, hey, don't use any more of credit cards at all, which we have stopped. I think the only exception is the Firestone credit card. I mentioned it in my finance video a couple weeks back. Maybe it was even last week. Oh my goodness. What day of the month is it? I used the Firestone credit card, I think twice. Earlier in the year when I bought the car from Florida and brought it up, I had to pay for the inspection, and I did it on the Firestone card because I knew we had those rewards points and I wanted to use them. Same thing for, it needed a new tie rod recently. I think it was like $250. I put it on the card. But it's funny because I put it on the card and then I paid the card down some. So we had the cash and we technically used the cash. I just kind of cash flowed it through the card for the rewards points so that we could get, which now we have $100 in rewards that's going to be applied at the end of the month. And that's like the end of our credit card journey. The Amazon card has been closed. The United card has been closed. My TJ Maxx card was closed. I think Mike still has a Home Depot card somehow. And he has a TJ Maxx and Sierra card, which is funny. But the only one I really have is like, I think a Bank of America card. There's one like a Care card, Care Credit, which was used years ago for the dogs. And then at some point I used it for an eye appointment. I didn't know it was for both. That's crazy. Anyway. We've been doing really well on this one because we've been so focused on paying off our debt. We were just staying away from the credit cards. I know this is not the most attractive angle, but I really got to lean back because my back is starting to hurt. Replace only when empty. Here we go with this, okay? Hair care products. Been doing a great job. I actually just bought a new bottle of shampoo because my big bottle had finally run out, and that was after like using what I had at the beginning of the year, using what I had under the sink. And I even flipped it upside down because it was a pump. I put a little plastic container underneath it, let the excess drip out, because there's still like 4 or 5 washes at the bottom once the pump stops working, and I'm not about to cut into that bottle. I have a story time. This cross tattoo right here, okay, is actually, I don't want it to be upside down. This cross tattoo right here is actually covering a scar, okay? That is a scar because your girl decided to try to cut it was like a plastic set of drawers, because TikTok told her you could cut the bottom out and have a litter box hidden in the drawers. And I sliced my arm open with an X-Acto knife. So your girl don't mess with cutting into deep plastic anymore. I do love that this is a cross that covers my scars, and he covers our scars. So it did end up being a really cute piece. But case in point, I turned it upside down and let it drip out. And then I just threw the plastic out. And now I have like 2 or 3 more washes still out of that little container in the bathroom. I definitely bought Mike new hair care products, but that's because he finishes his, and we usually only buy like 1 bottle at a time. Cleaning products. I have bought 1 or 2 products for cleaning, but they were once finished, replaced only when empty. So we have been doing well with that category. Next, unreplaced only when empty. Dog toys. Yeah, have not bought any new dog toys. I hate to be this way, but my dogs rip everything up in a heartbeat. The only thing that lasts around here are tennis balls. And I say that because I don't want my German Shepherd to go buck wild because she's obsessed with tennis balls. We have them in the yard. We have about 20 in the yard. And every night she comes up from her evening outing in the yard with my husband and brings a ball inside. And then I get a handful of tennis balls in my house, and I have to put them all on the counter by the door to bring them back out after like a week, because he never pays attention that they're in her mouth. And then she brings them up and brings me these dirty balls in my lap on the couch, and I'm like, please girl, I don't need this thing. So no more dog toys. They're good. Trust me, they're okay. They're fine. They're really having a great time. Bed sheets, comforters, blankets. All right, so replace only when empty. I think I put bed sheets, comforters, blankets down here in case we ran out of them. I'm not really sure what this was about because we definitely have enough of those. Bed sheets, comforters, blankets, we're fine. Coffee. Bing bang, coffee. Okay, I have purchased coffee when I still have some at home. Like, I've been out and I know I have half a bag of regular coffee and I want some hazelnut coffee. So I go purchase the bag of hazelnut coffee so that I have both. I have decaf coffee in the cabinet. I'm going to be honest, the decaf doesn't do it for me. So even though I have it, I'm still buying more coffee if I run out of regular coffee. But I'm not doing excess spending in this category, which is really what I was trying to achieve. So 50-50 on this one. Body lotion. All right. I had a bunch of mini bottles of lotion from like hotels back when I was traveling often, and I was like, I'm going to use the lotion up before I buy more lotion. Girl, that lotion is not great from the hotels. Like it immediately soaks into your skin and then you're dry again. So I did end up caving and I bought a 2-pack of like real lotion that I absolutely love, and now I'm using it regularly out of the shower and it's life-changing. So definitely make sure that you don't hoard things that don't work, right? Because I held on to these tiny little bottles of lotion for so long, and I think I recently threw them all out because they were not doing it for me. And I tried for a solid 2 or 3 months. I tried to make them work. So I will say I did give that E for effort. 2 more things and then we're done. Second to last one was perfume and body spray. 100% did a great job with this. Have not bought any new perfume or body spray. I finally finished 1 or 2 of the bottles I already own. Actually, 2 of the bottles. And I'm down to like my last one finally. And we're all the way in August. So really good job on that. And I don't think I'm going to replace it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big scent person. I don't usually spray myself down with a bunch of scents to begin with. So probably once this bottle is through, we'll be done with it unless somebody gifts me some. That's how I got all of them in the first place. My father used to work for Bulgari, and he would come home with different scents and perfumes for me, and I had like a massive collection at some point because he just brought them all home. And lastly, shoes. Shoes. I definitely bought at least 1 pair of sneakers this year, and in fact, I kind of regret it because I got these really nice Skechers Go Walks. They're gray, they're slip-in, so you basically like just pop your foot in. You don't even have to bend down to tie your shoes. Ain't that a lazy American of me to do? They're wide. And I bought the wide, and my mom was like, why are you buying the wide? You're not a wide shoe. I said, because I want more comfortable, like more space. Like I think we do squish our toes into shoes normally. Something about this wide shoe is causing an issue on the bottom of my foot. I have a blister that is from like a dress shoe that has not gone away in a long time. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be as polite and clean about this as possible because it's we're talking about feet here. It's not that great. It's rubbing the wrong way on the crease on the edge of this inside of the shoe. So I spent like, I want to say $60 on these shoes at least. And now we're like 2-3 months in and I'm kind of disappointed in them. So surprising because Skechers makes a good shoe and they're pretty comfortable. I don't know. Maybe it's now being at Home Depot and being on my feet a lot. It's too much. Somebody at work suggested getting another pair that had laces. I do have that white pair of sneakers I kept from my shoe declutter last year, so I'm just going to start wearing those more often, and I don't know, maybe the Skechers Go Walks are good for like a half a day, not like a full day of work. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the video. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Comment down below with a list of things that you are not going to spend on, or maybe comment if any of these items are something that you struggle with, or what you're looking to do for the second half of the year. I am recommitting to almost all of this, and maybe I'll do a second video about the rest of the year and what we want to focus on. Yeah, that seems like a good idea because this one's going really, really long. So have a blessed week and I'll see you next Saturday.